Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris Ashes to Ashes. So, sorry there was no parts last week. Some things came up, so I wasn't able to go and record parts. But yes. Stupid mouse. Okay, so this part's probably going to be a fairly peaceful part overall, with us mostly just focusing on trying to build up a second fleet after building up our economy a little. That's my current guess as to what we will be doing. But, we'll see. That might change. But I am gonna need another shipyard somewhere. Because that's way too far away. I'm gonna have a second fleet which will be stationed over here. And I'm sitting right at my cap. I could temporarily have, well, I'd have to cancel some things, but yeah, I could technically have Makura be a temporary star base. Or I can just go over my cap. Not quite sure which one I would prefer. What did we research that I have new... Ah, yes, we got better railguns. Okay. Let's go ahead and spend some of this money that we got. Make sure these things are upgraded before the next war. Don't really care if they're fully built up. I just care that they're fully upgraded for what's there. Do I have somebody going there? Okay, I have you going there. Wonderful. Okay, and I already have this guy here. Hopefully pirates don't spawn right before he finishes, because that would piss me off. And you know what? I'm going to kick the game up to 3 speed during this time of peace. And let's go ahead and hide some of that stuff just so it's not taking up the entire screen.
Ships have been upgraded.
Because even with a 1440p screen, all these things here take up quite a bit of space that I have to scroll. At least I don't need to scroll a whole lot, but yeah, still I have to do it.
Construction complete.
Now you see, I think I can just barely get away with going 1 over my starbase capacity. So it's a question of where do I want to build a shipyard. Hemtares is in a fairly central location for this region, but it's also by no means defended inherently. But fleets from either of these two systems, Hemtares or Rurus, can fairly easily get anywhere on this side of the Empire. It's roughly the same amount of jumps either way. But I am going to want to build up my star bases here for the extra physics research. Admittedly, our physics is way ahead of pretty much anything else. But that's just because we have a ton of black holes. Now I could build up here. Swap out all these anchorages for shipyards. And it would be relatively far into the Empire to where it would be protected. But again, it does result in any fleet that's stationed up here is going to take a while to get reinforced or even do upgrades. Because I wouldn't be having the fleet stationed here if it's supposed to be defending all the way up here. But you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. Do I want to do it here or deep in back here? I think I'm gonna have it done way back here. So we're going to swap out all those anchorages for shipyards, which are going to take a while to build, but it'll give us what we need for a second fleet.
We have mastered a new technology.
Wonderful. And I'm pretty sure I'm using the railguns, right? Or the kinetic batteries, yep. Going to get kinetic artillery, but that would take a while. I say let's go ahead and get better missiles. Because that's not going to take, well, basically forever.
Debris analyzed.
Now, is there any unrest? Nope. Wonderful. And you know what? I think I'm going to have you guys get extra minerals. Now, you have nothing to do, so just go auto-exploring.
Our ships have been upgraded.
Oh, God. Still waiting for you guys to arrive. I think you guys have everything you need. You got some wounded ships and whatnot, but I think you have everything you need. Now I'm going to go and build this up a little bit further. Now, Makura, if I wanted to, I could slap a listening post. My current sensors give me 4, and I'm pretty sure they go through wormholes. So I have, from this wormhole, basically 4 jumps out in every direction. I could slap a listening post for an additional 2. But this already lets me see this fallen empire here. I know exactly how powerful their fleets are, and what comprises them. Which, to be honest, really isn't anything I would say is too spectacular. It's mostly just that they have better ships. Because, yeah, that's not anything really worth writing home about, in my opinion at least. I'm sitting on my cap, so let's go ahead and do something here. That's plus 10%. That's 15. This also gives me xenophobe ethics attraction. What's her ethics attraction for anything else? I assume fairly low. So we have a plus 20 to xenophobe. Nothing listed there. Nothing listed there. I assume that plus 20 is because of you. Or is it because of this? No, it's not because of that. And it doesn't appear because of you. Okay, I don't know why we have a plus 20. Inherent. Oh no, okay, yeah, no, it's your agenda, that's why. So whatever our normal is here, plus 20. Yeah, we don't really have to worry about anything else, so that's... The fear campaigns are worthless for us. Do I want the extra unity, though? Considering how long it takes, I think I might. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and do production targets and capacity overload as well. Really try and get a bit of a stockpile. Of course, I'll have to figure out something to do with all the extra minerals and energy, but that's something we can figure out when the time comes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you... Oh no, you're missing a cruiser. Okay. Well, at least I know that, so I can deal with that.
System survey complete.
And yeah, because of this asteroid belt, again, we're gonna go for a mining network there as well.
Our ships have been upgraded.
Wonderful. And let's go ahead and get you the one cruiser that you need. Now where is that? That is up on that side.
Construction complete.
I believe that would give me a cruiser. A pirate cruiser. But I don't really care for a pirate cruiser right now.
System survey complete.
Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Just had to check something.
System survey complete.
Ignore primitives, sort by relative. Yeah, we're not up there. Yeah, these things are going to take forever to research. Let's go ahead and get destroyer build times, because we're going to be sticking with the destroyers to the rest of the game. Because they're basically the only thing we have that are decent at point defense. Cruisers, not so much. Cruisers, if only because I think they have to use the carrier if you want to have point defense on them.
Construction complete.
Which is very annoying, to say the least.
We have mastered a new technology.
And that's some extra armor if I have any of that resource, and of course I do. Considering the number of neutron stars in my area, I would have been surprised if I didn't have it. What are we looking at in terms of spare power? Okay. I think we can get away with the advanced shields. So let's go for it. Now, what is this doing to our armor here? Now, I do have to remember, armor works different now. Armor is no longer a percentage damage reduction. So in the past, you would generally want to cap out your armor at about 80%, if I recall correctly. It could go up to 90, but I think generally beyond 80 was considered too much of a return, or the diminishing returns was so substantial that there was no point really going over 80. So you would try to get as close to 80 as you could, and then kit the rest of your ship out with like shields and shield capacitors. It's not the case anymore. Since armor is now its own inherent health pool, there's not really a reason not to try and have a decent amount of it. So I'm not going to be redesigning our ships in that regard, because there's no reason to. Let's go ahead and upgrade you all now. That shouldn't take too long. I don't know if additional shipyards speeds up upgrades.
Our ships have been upgraded.
I've never seen anybody test that yet. I want to think it would. I really do. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. Now, yes, you guys have stuff that you can do out here if I remember to send you out. So let's go ahead and send you out there. I am kind of annoyed that I wasn't able to take this system in the war. And you know what? Now that I should probably go ahead and mention this. If for some reason this save does not work with Stellaris 2.1 when that inevitably comes out, I just want to make sure that it is known that I will roll back to 2.0 to continue this series. I don't foresee any problems with this save in 2.1, but I mean, it is a possibility. Although I am assuming that Paradox will keep to their normal upgrade schedule, or upgrade pattern rather. Yeah, make sure that gets upgraded. I want to make sure that that is upgraded as well. hell was that sound? You know what? Let's go ahead and get that. It won't take too long, and it has its uses. I know, game, some of these things have spare spaces, like you are down here, so none of these are particularly useful outside of maybe a resource silo, so screw it, why not? Here, I guess I could slap a listening post, but I mean, I can already see way out over to here. I don't really care to see into the Machine Fallen Empire there. Now, Kraz doesn't get any use. I mean, I guess you could, but I can already see pretty far in. That's a lot of cruisers. Although, I guess it's not that bad. Well, no, that is a ton of cruisers. Is that their only fleet? I want to say that's their only fleet. But I want to know how they're fitting 13 cruisers, 16 destroyers, and technically speaking, it should be 12 corvettes into one fleet. I don't think I could do that. I mean, I can try, but I'm pretty sure I'm not capable of doing that. Destroyers. Technically speaking, there should be at least 12 corvettes. Yeah, no, I'm not capable of doing that, game. So, yeah. Maybe once I research this I can, but that doesn't quite seem right. Maybe if you manually build each individual ship it'll work? Really? You failed to study the Explorer's texts? Okay, that's fully upgraded already. Okay, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and hide the military ships, and I'll hide the shipyards, because I don't really need to show the shipyards. You know, I'll give you a resource silo as well. It never hurts to have extra resources. And I'm pretty sure those actually stack. Previously, the mineral silos that you could build on planets, I think you can still build them, in fact. But I don't think they actually stacked. I think individual sectors could have one, and each sector could have their own, and it would stack for that sector's stockpile, but I don't think it would... If you built multiple, I don't think they could stack. I think you only got the bonus of one, so there wasn't much point in having more than one. Admittedly, I don't generally bother with the mineral stockpile anyway. So, it doesn't really matter to me if it was that way or not, because I don't think I ever really used them outside of very early on in Stellaris.
We have mastered a new technology.
But I don't really care for the better afterburners because I'm not using it. The Swarmer missiles, I don't know if they've been fixed or not, because technically they're supposed to overwhelm point defense, but at least in the past they never actually overwhelmed point defense because the way the point defense target priorities functioned, it would prioritize regular missiles before going for swarmer missiles. And I don't know if it's still like that or not. But none of these techs are going to be researched particularly quickly. I could go and research the carriers just to get it out of there. And it wouldn't take... yeah, you know what, screw it. We'll get the carriers. I don't plan to use them. If I was using new ship classes, I might have, but I don't think new ship classes has been updated yet for 2.0. I think they're still deciding whether or not they were going to release the 2.0 version as a separate mod, or if 1.7, or if they'll just update the current version to 2.0 and maybe have a backup somewhere else for those that don't upgrade to 2.0. I'm not quite sure. And at least last time I checked it wasn't updated. Admittedly, I haven't checked recently. What are you missing?
Construction complete.
I would like for you to have a crew quarters though, because I am going to have the second fleet have you as the
We have
headquarters.
mastered a new technology.
It's helpful. I do have some mountains that I need to clear. Quite a few mountains, in fact. And given the choices, I'm going to say let's go for learning how to clear mountains. That's 14. Yeah, let's do it like that. And then a couple extra of those. And of course you're going to build them all here rather than spreading out a little bit. And of course you're also going to... no, well, not quite actually. I was going to say you're going to build it all from the smallest to largest, but you kind of mix it up actually. No, I think this will take me over my cap. Yeah, that's definitely going to take us over the naval cap. And with the increased maintenance costs, the percentage increase as a result of being over hurts a little bit more than it used to. I think I've read that flak is apparently the best point defense, but whatever. Against the AI, the normal point defense should be fine, but considering research times, I think I'll just go for that as well. A lot of people are becoming your friend, apparently. You got the machine intelligence up there to become your friend now. You still only have these guys as your friend, though. Who apparently has superior naval capacity. Now, our current economy can sustain us being over this cap. Although, admittedly, it could be better. Why are you so pissed off? Abandoned terraforming project. Okay, and the spiritualist faction isn't exactly happy. Why are you pissed at me about this? Because... see... game... that doesn't make any sense. You have to realize that. Oh, okay, never mind. Artificial intelligence is outlawed, but not robotic workers. There you go. Now you guys are happy. That's fine. I don't plan to use robots in this Let's Play. Or at least in this particular series. So there. Now you can be a little bit less upset. You still have a bit of a problem with planetary habitability, though.
Construction complete.
And that's partly just because the planet has the abandoned terraforming project and I can't do anything about it. Yeah, that's 11%. We're making less than 100 energy a month now. That's definitely going to hurt a little bit, but nothing too substantial. Once I learn how to clear mountains, we'll be fine. Looking at this, in theory, my one fleet can knock out any single fleet of the Marauders. Of course, it doesn't work when they send their entire fleet against me, which, realistically speaking, that's what they would do.
We have mastered a new technology.
Flak batteries. Game. None of these are particularly good choices. I think I'll just go for the better missiles.
Evasive maneuvers initiated.
Where? I assume that's one of my science ships. Oh, you, okay.
Construction complete.
I could go up to here. Although I'd have to also go here if I wanted to block these guys off. You're still overwhelming. I don't really feel like bordering you. If I'm going to be completely honest. And there's a pirate fleet there, so I can't go and explore that. But as I was trying to check out here, I remember one of these things having less than the full amount. Let's go ahead and just spend some of these minerals. The upkeep cost is actually fairly minimal. Although that does take up basically all of my minerals.
Construction complete.
I felt like I had a lot more minerals than that, but apparently I don't. You need one more month. I think that's the last one you need, though.
We have mastered a new technology.
Yep. Advanced shields. And I think I need the better reactor if I'm going to equip any better weapons. But first things first, let's check. You need the improved reactor booster. I already knew you would need that for anything to be equipped. And the actually... No, I think the battleship would be fine with just the particle lance outright, because that's the only ship class that can equip this. So, yeah, let's go ahead, get the particle lance. 680, okay, yep, go ahead. And get that as soon as possible.
Construction complete.
Admittedly, I say that, but I'm still going to go and spend minerals for other things, so you guys are going to be competing for resources.
Construction complete.
That's just the way that's going to be. But eventually, you'll get the minerals needed to do the upgrades. Just going to take a little bit longer. Getting that bonus to ship upkeep cost would be helpful.
We have mastered a new technology.
And core sector system, yes. Got a size 19 world here. Size 13, not so hot. Size 18, that's only a 14, but it has a decent amount of minerals. That's a 19 with a decent amount of minerals. 16, 14. I thought there was a planet here, but I'm wrong. 11, 11. I mean, this isn't terrible. Right here would be a great spot to drop down the base. Though it is going to have a bit of a habitability and happiness problem due to wild storms. And of course, that's double counted. You get the minus due to happiness, but you also get a minus due to lower habitability. Although our habitability here is fairly high. And I believe habitability can go over 100%. It's just that you don't gain any bonuses when over 100%. Outside of a ending that drops your habitability. If it drops it less than what you're over 100%, you still technically have 100%. I believe that's the way it works. So if I say I have, say, 120% habitability on Tomb Worlds, a minus 5% doesn't actually mean anything, because it's not going to drop me below 100. So, I mean, overall, that issue isn't a big problem, but it does kind of hurt. Especially if I don't have a lot of habitability techs. And I don't think I do. I think I have one or two. At least one. I think I might have two. Yeah, it looks like we got two. And I think those are added multiplicative, not addition, so that kind of screws with the numbers a little.
Our ships have been upgraded.
Oh, you actually got the minerals to do it. I'm slightly surprised by that. And for some reason, some of these things keep moving around. Carnival and Makura seem to constantly be switching. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be organized by distance to the capital. But that doesn't quite make sense because obviously this one should be at the top if that's the case. So is it organized by fleet power, and for some reason these two can't quite agree on who has a higher fleet power despite the fleet power being the same? I'm not quite sure what the deal is there. It is an annoying graphical glitch though in the UI. I would love for your friend to abandon you though, to be completely honest.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
Go there. Why haven't our science ship surveyed this arm? I mean, clearly something surveyed here, but then it decided not to go and survey here as well. Hydroponics farm. You have nothing there, so I'm going to say a mining network because of the adjacency bonus. You're going to get a power plant. Do I have a blank tile that I can drop a energy grid on? science lab, and the capital is fine. You're also going to get a mining network due to the adjacency bonus, and oh well. Do I have a blank tile that I can drop a temple on? No. If I'm going to build a temple here, I'm going to have to replace one of the food things. And honestly, our food's not as great as it could be. So I'm also going to actually put a hydroponics farm there. Although that is not what I originally planned to put down. Do you have better farms researched here? No. Damn. Yeah, we have to research better farms the next opportunity I get.
Construction complete. System survey complete. Construction complete.
You know what? No, you work the food. I could stand to get some extra food. I'm gonna hide that. What are you doing? You are building a mining base
System survey complete.
somewhere, and okay, you know what? This part has gone on for a little over half an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this part here. I'll see you all in the next one, but until then, a goodbye and farewell.